Napoleon, one of history's most famous military generals ever. Ridley Scotts, one of cinema's greatest directors, except when he does films that are complete dog shit. Put them together and what do you get? An epic scale of wasted potential.
Okay. Disappointed! Son of a bitch!
And it's a shame as there is tons of talent behind the making of this movie. But what is the film about? Well, if you need to know. Seriously, why do you need to know? It basically tells the 30-year career of Napoleon, while mostly leaving out the parts that were awesome. Mostly. That's basically it, but before I get into what prevented this from greatness, I'll get into what actually is great about the movie. Wacky Wicking Phoenix really plays up the role, never once phoning it in, and man, despite his stoic demeanour in interviews, he still somehow manages to display some mad charisma. Vanessa Kirby plays really well opposite Phoenix, and like her co-star, really has some screen presence, despite the fact she plays a really unlikable character. The battle scenes are epic, the cinematography is well shot, the set designs and costumes are on point, but sadly, that's where the greatness ends. When I first saw that there was going to be another Napoleon movie, I was expecting a movie that explored a great general and everything that made him the general who made history. But what we get is a story of a man constantly being belittled by his wife, losing control over his emotions and being simplified as a petty, insecure brat with too much power. Now I know he was a complex guy, and while some of the things I mentioned might not be too far from the truth, but it undermines the complexity of the man himself. In fact, some historians are saying he was charismatic, a man who was very energetic, smart, who was well respected by his officers to the point where they would die for him. But here, I never got the sense he was that guy. In fact, Rod Steiger's portrayal in Waterloo was so much more powerful. He was tired, exhausted, weary from the constant battles, but you could see he was still trying to keep it together, always working on strategies in an effort to win while hoping to lose less men as possible. But sadly, this is what we get.
You are nothing without me. Say it.
When we should have been getting...
I did not usurp the crown. I found it in the gutter, and I picked it up with my sword.
Such a man! I'd follow him to hell and back, I would!
And from what I've heard, there's a 4-hour cut of this film. If that's true, then maybe it might be a better version, showing a more balanced portrayal of the character. Let's hope this will be available when it's finally released on DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, streaming, etc. Overall, it's not the worst, but coming from people with so much fucking talent, this could have been better. But then again, if you have to go to the cinema to see something, you could do worse.
Black girl magic! Black girl magic!
And whether you beautiful bastards are Northern, English or not, thanks for watching, and do remember to like, subscribe and comment. But for now, that's me done, and I'm off to the pub.